Hi guys, it's Mark Zickery, Mr. Sci-Fi, also known as Mark Zickery of Space Command, and I'm here in Hampstead in London for meetings about the Lord Peter Hinn miniseries, Subversive, that we're doing, that Elaine's writing and we're producing, and also to pitch other shows, all sorts of stuff, and even talk to them about Space Command. So, but right now but by the way, we have a Kickstarter campaign starting. Keep an eye out for that, and subscribe to Mr. Sci-Fi if you haven't, and if you've been wanting to buy Space Command shares, give me a holler at markzickery@gmail.com, etc. But right now I want to talk about Picard episode 6. Well, where to start? It's okay. Borg Cube is fun, and the Romulan spy and his eviler than evil sister, and though if you notice that every single scene with her and her brother is the exact same scene over and over and over again, with her going, "Why don't you hurry up? Why don't you get the secret of where these androids are all based?" And he's going, no, I gotta get into her mind, and she's saying, "Well, you love her, don't you?" And once is enough, but maybe even not once. But meantime, he's trying to get the information out of Android Girl, and she's getting hip to the fact that she's not human. And we're on the Borg Cube, and Hugh is there, and Picard doesn't want to go to the Borg Cube because he was, of course, assimilated way back when, which we all know, Locutus, and yet he knows he has to go to save this girl, I guess. This girl that he's never met, and so what do we have? Well, we have the blonde scientist girl who killed her collaborating scientist lover in the previous episode, and she now sleeps with Rios. We have very little investment in these characters, and meantime, Picard is sort of clueless about what's going on around him. And, and I know they set up in the original series that he was going to have dementia, ultimately space dementia, but, that's really a dead end, quite frankly. And so they get to the Borg Cube, and we have Raffi, and she's gone off the wagon because her son blew her off, and so now she's smoking and drinking and all this stuff, and this show has a kind of a casual viewpoint on alcoholism. Rios drinks while he's exercising. If I saw someone drinking at the gym during their workout, I'd be extremely concerned, as I think would every trainer in the room. But and then she's saying, "I'm going to drink myself to death." That's really not a cool thing. It might sound romantic in film and TV, but in reality, it's a terrible death and really gruesome. So, anyway, it's just kind of like, she was a character set up in the comic book, and now they're playing her off in Picard. Okay, so Picard gets the Borg Cube just in time to, he saves the robot girl. And they escape using a Borg technology that looks to be like a super transporter or something. Okay. And Picard's kind of freaked out being on the Borg Cube, and Hugh is there, and Hugh is nice, and I like that actor. He's doing a great job. Again, you keep meeting these actors, these characters that you would rather the show be about. I'd rather the show be about Hugh. I'd rather it be about 7 of 9. I want to see these interesting characters that seem to have some, I was going to say humanity, even if they're former Borg, even if they're robots, whatever. It's interesting. I was just watching, we're here in London, we relax at the end of the evening by watching something, on Netflix or whatever, and we started watching Better Call Saul, which I haven't seen before, though I have met Vince Gilligan. He's a huge Twilight Zone fan, and I watched all of Breaking Bad, which I thought was terrific, and watched the new movie they did, El Camino, whatever it was, and but Better Call Saul, they set the character up really well in the first 2 episodes, because we see that although he seems to be a sleazy lawyer, he doesn't screw over the people in his life. In other words, his brother's gone kind of crazy, and he doesn't backstab him, and and there's these 2 guys that are going to get murdered, and the thugs will let him go, Saul, Jimmy, but he just can't do it, and we see him taking risks to help other people, risking his own life, facing danger, being brave. And so although he's sort of a sleazy lawyer, they're smart enough to know that you set up somebody where you see their bottom line, and then you admire them. You want to take that journey with them because they do have compassion and they do have a sense of scruples. And so I'm seeing that being done really well. And then I'm seeing Picard kind of not developing characters well, not establishing them well. I mean, Rios, what the hell is his story? He's kind of, I've said before that he's sort of like a Han Solo light, who was, of course, Bogart light. And, it's, oh well. Anyway, so I'm going to watch episode 7. I'm going to see what I think of episode 7. I like the Borg cube. I wish they were doing more with it and making it more interesting. The backstory about apparently somebody, probably the Borg, I guess it's the Borg, utilized the synthetics to destroy Mars, whatever the hell, and that had synthetics be banned, and now so on and so forth, and the Romulans are looking for where the synthetics are, and it's a world with storms and 2 moons, and it seems to me there'd be a lot of planets like that, but be that as it may. So we'll see what episode 7 brings. It's pretty, it's well lit, and we might be using that DP in something sometime in the near future. But if you know Jerry Ryan, have her, get in touch with us. We want to use her for Space Command. But I can ask my friends about that one. So that's about it. So subscribe to Mr. Sci-Fi, ding the bell, all that stuff. Tell your friends, spread the word. We're posting the Space Command webisodes on Mr. Sci-Fi once per week. And we're busy at work on post-production on hours 2 and 3, about to shoot hour 4. It all goes on. It's exciting. So that's about it for now. And from London, England, planet Earth, it's Mr. Sci-Fi saying have a great day and we'll talk soon. Bye.